comic book fans, and welcome to another SundayComics.com video. It's a Monday night. It's the price variance. I'm here with everybody's favorite Canadian. It's Alan. And we are looking at the top sales of Silver Age comics at Heritage last week. What we've got anything to say about this list, Alan? I mean, congratulations. There's no spiders.
There's no spiders on the list. But what I was trying to do is I was trying to look at sort of pairings, like where it's kind of different angles of the same either character or title.
Okay.
And it hopefully it makes sense once we actually look at those
Right. Well,
at the other side of the pairing. So we did the first part on my channel. Now we're going to do the second part on your channel with the other side of the pairings.
Right. So this is so with the last comic on Alan's show was A Journey into Mystery.
And then we go right back into Journey into Mystery.
And it's Journey into Mystery, but we now have it's turned into a superhero mag.
Yeah. So the first one was like back before the superhero got into it. Now this one is the origin of Thor retold. Okay. So it's kind of a major key.
Yeah. So this is 4 years later than the one we looked at on your channel, which was basically a science fiction comic. It's now turned into a superhero comic.
And a Thor comic, really.
Yeah.
So this is Journey into Mystery 89.
It's a nice cover.
Which is only 6 issues after his first appearance in the title. So you can tell that, you know, they've realized that there's something going on with this character. People like this character.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a cool cover.
It is a cool cover. This is Kirby and Don Heck. Now, how they shared the work, I don't know.
I never know how those pairings work. You know, maybe somebody does the foreground, somebody does the background. I don't know. I think that's the way.
Because that doesn't look very Kirby-like to me. That is not classic Kirby Thor, is it?
Yeah. By the way, something about his hand looks upside down.
Yeah. It's not right, is it?
No, it is. It looks weird. It looks like weird. But other than that, it's a cool cover still. I'm going to get so many people complaining. I love that cover. So 8-0.
Yeah.
For I would say a fairly major Silver Age key. So this one sold for $1,630.
Yeah.
You can see how the superheroes get a little bit more love than the
I'm afraid it's still on a downward trend, Alan. It hasn't gone back to pre-COVID. Oh, wait a minute. That's 2018. When?
That's COVID right there, that bump.
That bump is, but that's quite a lot of before pre. That's
20. This is way above pre-COVID price still.
It is, yes. Yeah.
It looks like it's settled at a new kind of like step.
Well, like I don't know. That one is down $300 on the previous sale.
Yeah, but compare it to what was the pre-COVID price?
Well, that one there was 817. Yeah.
This is still double.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it probably has a little bit room to go down, but I think it might stabilize at that new $1,600 to $1,700 price range.
Might do. I presume this is movie fever here.
Yeah, definitely.
9. Is that Avengers movies?
It could have been Thor Ragnarok or one of the Thor movies, right?
Early.
Oh yeah, you're right. That is way too early. Maybe first Avengers movie?
Yeah.
No, but no, I thought Thor what's it, Thor Dark World, or what was the first Thor movie?
I think it was later than 2009.
I'm not sure.
Maybe they'd announced the movie. I don't know.
Yeah, probably an announcement.
Okay.
Thor was, not a major character by that.
So there are 785 of these, Alan.
That's low for Marvel.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I'm used to seeing like 3,000 or 4,000. So
yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
Okay, nice book. Let's have a look at the second book. Ah, right. So
this is the other pairing that I was talking about. We showed her first cover, now we're showing her first appearance. This is Zatanna's first appearance, Hawkman #4.
Yes, she's
Um,
not on the cover.
no, but the funny thing is, like, people kind of trash the cover on this one. I actually like the cover.
I like the cover on this. It's got nice
Yeah,
perspective.
it's a very cool perspective. It's just sad that she's not on the cover. It should be Zatanna falling, maybe. That would have been better.
Well, has her father gone missing? The father goes missing, doesn't he? And she goes
And then
around.
she has to,
She has to try to
yeah,
find him, and I think she goes to Hawkman. Then she goes to Atom, and then I think she goes to Green Lantern. I think a third appearance is in Green Lantern.
and then she's sort of going through all the titles to
Yeah,
promote herself slash the titles.
yeah.
But I don't know. I think this is a cool one.
So what
I
was?
always liked Hawkman in terms of his style.
Yeah, Murphy Anderson cover and art.
Hmm.
Origin and first appearance of Zatanna. Now her father was a golden age.
Yeah, he was actually from Action One.
Was he?
That's
What's
his first
I think his
appearance,
name is
Zatara.
Zatara.
Zatara, yeah. And he actually appeared on a few of the covers in Action. So he's actually, he's a semi-major character in his own right.
Yeah, sort of classical magician, stage magician.
Yeah, there was a bunch of like at that time there was a whole bunch of magician comics. There was like Blackstone, a whole bunch like
Mandrake.
Mandrake, Ibis, whole bunch. So yeah, but yeah. So I don't know. I really like Zatanna. She's one of my favorite characters actually. I'd say top 5
Yeah. Okay.
for
So
female.
680 for an 85. This is going to have come down from COVID.
Oh yeah, I think this is going to be down a lot.
Yeah, here we go. It is down, and this is down nearly $300 on the sale the month before.
Yeah. What was the peak on this book?
Peak was 3365, so it's now at half.
Yeah, well, I mean that's typical.
It's
Like with
still it's
late.
still up on the still significantly up on pre-COVID though.
Yeah, I always felt like this book was undervalued
Yeah,
though, because it's such a major key in my opinion. But because I like the character, I just think it's a cool book. Um, yeah. So about half. So when we were seeing Marvel prices kind of correct, we were seeing like anywhere from like 75 to 90% down
yeah.
from COVID prices. So I think DC didn't quite get the bump, but it didn't quite get as hit as hard in the recovery
This
process.
one got a pretty decent bump, Alan. This bumped from
I
uh,
know.
1,000 up to 3.5 during
So
COVID.
this was one of the books that did get a lot of hype during the COVID thing. I remember this being on the list a whole bunch of times. I'm not sure why. I think I know why. They during like 2019 to 2020, there was a lot of hype and speculation that they were going to do something with DC Justice League Dark,
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yeah.
and she's a major character for that.
Yeah.
So any of the books associated to that were kind of getting, the COVID hype, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Right. Anyway, nice.
Okay, wait. What's the census on it? Just
The
before you.
census is 1787.
Yeah, this is more of a typical
Yeah.
census number.
For DC.
Yeah, well, it's a pricey book, so you're going to get it graded.
Yeah. Yeah. Although it's another of those, if you know, you know. If you don't necessarily realize it's a key.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Hawkman 4. It's not like a number that you would think is like a key, and it's like
It doesn't say anything about Zatanna on the cover either.
and it covers very non it doesn't like make you think even that it should have like a Zatanna appearance in it. If they had used the splash like this, the splash page in this one is particularly nice. Um, if they had used that for the cover, this would be like a maybe 2-3 times more expensive book.
Mhm. Yeah. Right.
Beautiful cover.
Okay. Nice one. I do have a copy of this.
Hmm.
I've got a raw copy, which I got really cheap in a lot. All right.
That's nice.
Submariner number 2. Nice to see this on the list.
Yeah, this was a different one. The only reason I put this on the list actually is, well, it's a cool book. I mean, is it John Buscema cover?
Yes, John Buscema did most of the covers on the
The
early.
early ones, yeah.
They're
And then
great covers. They really are.
I mean, they're just brilliant covers.
They
But
are.
this is a 9.8. To me, that's just insane. Whenever I see a 9.8, I'm like, wow, this is sort of like in terms of prices, this is that top echelon, right? This is how much is this book max worth?
I mean, how'd you get a
And
corner?
it's a white pager too, by the way.
Book from 1968. Look at that corner.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Like 9.8 white pager. This is like the
Look
best of
how
the best.
look at this black.
I know it would be impossible to get this in high grade.
I don't how on earth that. This is why I believe in time travel. The only possible.
Yeah, somebody obviously time traveled to get this book. So this is the evidence. This is all you need. What's the key about this book? Is it the first appearance of Trite, whatever that
No,
guy's
I
name is,
don't think it
Triton?
is. No, I don't think it is. It's just great art. It's just Submariner #2. John Buscema, great John Buscema cover.
Huh,
Not
interesting.
the first Triton.
Okay.
Well, if it is, it doesn't say it on the label. Um, right, yeah, great comic. I love these early John Buscema ones.
Oh yeah.
I collect this series. I mean, there's about 70 of them, but all the best covers of John Buscema are in between 1 and 20.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really great. There's a few that I really like. I like the Tiger Shark one
The
the
Tiger
most.
Shark one's good. There's a phenomenal red one with the dragon crown on it.
Oh yeah.
And then there's a classic
It's
Hulk. There's a classic Hulk. Not thought Thing versus Namor.
a thing. Yeah, I know the one. Yeah. It's Thing versus Submariner. Yeah.
Yeah,
Black cover.
yeah. And there's a
Um,
red one with has it got grey dragon on it? Yeah, it's got the grey dragon. Anyway, some great some great covers.
so what did this sell for?
$2,040.
2040. I
And that
mean,
is a record.
oh wow, get a record.
Yep.
I mean, imagine this wouldn't come up that often. So it's like,
There's been 4 sales this year.
wow. And this is wow. I mean, it looked like it tanked actually, and then just popped right back up.
Yep.
Wow, very cool. I like seeing records.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it is a brilliant cover. I mean, white pager too. What
Uh,
was the previous sale? Was it a white pager as well?
uh,
9.8 white pager?
have a look.
Because like I always wonder how page quality comes. See, this is not a white
No, it's
pager.
not a white pager.
So I think people will pay that extra little bit of money for the white pager.
Yeah.
You want to get that 9.8 white pager. That's just like the extra bonus. Yeah, so wow. How many on the census for like 9.8s
Imagine
and
there's a fair
for
number of these because they, 683, it's quite low.
and then but 9.8s, I imagine like two or three.
Oh,
I
21.
21. Wow. I mean, I'm just amazed by that. That time traveler was busy.
Yeah, he obviously he went and picked a bunch, didn't he?
Yeah, I might as well get a whole bunch of these. I don't know. It just doesn't even make sense. How could you?
I don't know.
I don't even know how they would survive.
Don't
Because
know.
like this is pre-bags and boards.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, somebody must have taken that, not read it, put it in a drawer, probably put something on top of it, and then just left it, stacked them gently in a drawer, closed it, and came back 40 years later and opened it up.
And said, "Oh, here's a nice book." Wow, that's insane. Okay, well, that's really cool. Yeah, I always like those high grade like ones. I mean, they're just amazing to see.
Yeah. Mine is not a 9.8, but I think I've got
I don't even have this book, so I can't say mine is not any grade.
okay. Right. X-Men 2.
Yeah, so another just a bunch of characters that
Another
I
number
like, you know.
two. So these are links. You have got a link here.
Well, not these aren't really linked, but
Oh, they're both number twos of major
well,
series.
both numbers too. Actually, the interesting thing about number two is, and
Oh,
I've
this is
mentioned
number
this before.
four. Sorry, this is number four, not
This
number.
is number four. Yeah, number four. It's like, yeah, you got me confused there because number two is like the first Vanisher,
Yeah. This
which
is
is not a
sorry,
key
my fault.
character.
Yeah, this is number four.
Number four. But this is interesting because it has the first appearance of the Toad,
Yeah,
Quicksilver,
yeah.
and Scarlet Witch, and the Legion, the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Right.
So a bunch of major keys, and it's also the second appearance of Magneto.
Yes.
So whole bunch of stuff going on for this book, and this is like one of those grails I think for X-Men.
You know,
This is
Scarlet Witch here, who appears to be green instead
I
of
know
um
that's the
I
only
mean, there's
weird
a
thing
clue
is
in her
what
name, isn't there? Why is in her first appearance do they call her the Scarlet Witch and put her in green?
she's red inside though,
Oh, okay.
inside the book. So I think the reason she's green on the cover is because Magneto is red,
Yeah.
and they didn't want to have too much like red on the cover. So they balanced her out with what's his name, like the other guy, the guy above Toad.
Yeah.
Uh
Is he the magician? What's he called?
something he has the ability to create illusions and stuff.
Yeah, Diablo.
No, I forgot his name. I'll remember it and then I'll be like, oh, I'm so stupid. I forgot his name again. I'm terrible with names actually. But yeah, so I think they try to have, like, if you look at the balance, she's being balanced with him, and Quicksilver sort of being balanced with the Toad, color wise.
If you say so.
I say so. Well, I think that's where they were going with it. I think, the blues and the grays kind of balance out.
Anyway, it's a nice cover. I agree. Sort of cake decoration X-Men.
Yeah, it looks like a cake. That's what I was thinking, like sort of like a wedding cake or something, where
Yeah.
they're like the little figures on it. Um, but yeah, it's a cool book at the end of the day.
Right. Okay. Let's have a look at the money side here. 3,120 for a 7.0.
That seems low.
Seems low. I agree. It is low. It's a bit up on that actually. That's the an earlier one. It's a bit higher than that. It seems to have settled down. It seems to have settled down around here, Alan. I'd
Okay,
say
so
I'd say that's about right. I'd say that's where it's settled. 3-1
and it looks like it's actually above the pre-COVID price.
is so pre-COVID was 2.5. So yeah,
Okay.
I think it's good. It's on a reasonable, it's on a reasonable trend line from that point.
Oh, that's a good sign then. I always like when things kind of recover. I
Yeah.
mean, so far this week, in terms of weeks, for the longest time, I'm like, oh, are we at the floor? Are we at the floor? Are we at the floor? We've actually had multiple records,
We've had
and we've had a few,
we have had
and we've had.
we have had a few low ones where it was still on the down curve. So it's instead of all being down, we have had a bit of up.
Well, it's not such a depressing week, is my point.
No,
I was trying to be positive. You're like, you're ruining it.
that must be so. Maybe we get more views if we're negative. Do we get more views if we're negative or
I
positive?
don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll test it out. We'll do like a split testing. We'll run one video where we say, "Oh, looks like the market is dying, crashing. Everyone's gonna just burn your books. People just burn your books."
Apparently, Alan, the way to get lots of views on your videos is to make a video about other YouTubers and say rude things about them.
I know
That gets you millions of views. It also
it does.
gets you full of hate mail.
I'm
And
gonna
then you can
trash.
get loads of views by making a video about the person who made the video.
Yeah, that's what I did. So next week, I'm gonna do this video. I'm gonna trash Suddenly Comics. I'm gonna say, oh, that don't listen to him. Doesn't know what he's talking about. It'll be funny.
Yeah, yeah. Do the clickbait.
You can do the same about my channel, and that'll be kind of cool. We can, and then we
Okay.
can have like a little war, you know.
So I'm gonna put it. Watch this video. I might call it Comic Collector Geek Trash
No,
Videos or something like that. You know.
yeah. Watch the subscriber, and like you'll get a whole bunch of hate comments, but it'll be fun. Or
Well,
actually, maybe
I
because
only get one hate comment.
it's gonna be from me. Um, everyone else is like, yeah, stick it to that
Uh,
comic collector geek.
yeah. Right.
Oh well,
Okay. Let's not do that. Right.
I don't think so.
What are we on now? Oh,
This
Avengers.
is yep, Avengers.
This is going to
So
this is going to be down, Alan. Before we even
yeah, I think so. This one, I have a feeling it's going to be way down. I mean, this is a really high grade copy.
it is.
I just almost I put this on the list in a way just because like it's almost like where you're in a car and you know that you're about to crash and you're just like, oh, I can't look. This is that comic. this is this is the comic representation of a car crash.
Yeah. What you really want is a mattress to catch you as you're falling, made out of yellow tribbles.
Exactly. Um, I always thought this was a cool book, though. I just, I wish they had done a better job with Kang. So this is Avengers number 8, I believe,
Yeah.
and it's the first appearance of Kang. Just a underutilized, well utilized. They used him enough, but they
Yes.
never really defined him.
Never
They
good.
never really explained what he actually. Why is he such a threat?
Yeah.
He's
Why
just,
was he a threat and what's his motivation? And
yeah,
first time I saw him, I thought they did it quite well in the first Loki series, right at the end, where
yeah.
I thought that was okay. I thought, okay,
That was okay too. I agree. I thought that was okay. And then they put him in the second Loki series, and they put him in like some other thing, and he just seemed like a goof.
yeah. Wait, what did they put him in where he was sort of like a complete idiot? He was a
That
mad
was also, I think
inventor
that was
who,
also Loki, wasn't it? Where
I don't know.
I don't know, he was just a total goof.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was in. It was, but it was like, what was it in? I don't know what was. Well, I think I've got. Was it in She-Hulk? Anyway, it was just awful.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah, it was. Oh
Anyway,
yeah,
okay. So all my copies of this are now worth a lot less.
yeah, exactly. I have a copy of this, but it's low grade. I think it's like a 3 or 4.
Right, 4,800 for a 9.4. Hmm.
Okay,
Oh, there we go. We've
that shows you.
we have
Oh
leapt off,
man,
we have leapt off the cliff. So this
yeah.
is this our biggest drop ever? 15,000.
Oof. So it's down like 75%.
15,000 down to 4.8. So it's lost 10,000 dollars worth of value.
And look at the pre-COVID price.
4,400. So it's just about back at pre-COVID, isn't it? It did actually
Yeah.
drop below pre-COVID at one point. This
Okay.
is
So
actually a bit of a bounce back for it. Um,
so all you have to do is go la 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 during COVID, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
yeah. Oh, I do feel sorry for whoever paid 15,500 for
Oh
it.
yeah. I mean, if they had done what they did with Thanos, this would be worth that much.
Well, I'm not sure. I think it would, if they'd done a decent job, I suspect it would have sort of held around here, maybe around the 10,000 mark. I don't think it would
Hmm.
have stayed at 15.
Yeah. But man, this is like it literally looks like somebody jumped off a cliff. It's just like the worst. Oh
What did
well.
the actor do? He was naughty, wasn't he? Did he get arrested for something? Was he beating up his wife or something? I don't
Beating up his girlfriend.
know. Okay.
But actually, I think it was kind of overblown. I saw the video, and it's more like she was like harassing him.
Yeah.
He kind of firmly kind of pushed her away,
Right. Yeah.
and she bumped her head, I think was what happened. So I kind of feel like he kind of got the raw deal on it. Um, but that's, yeah, it is what it is. That that's not a good
Role
image to
model.
have for,
No.
yeah.
No, it's not a good
So
image to have for a supervillain, is it?
yeah, actually, it is a good image. Maybe they should have played into it. Look, he even abuses his girlfriend. Yeah, they should have just hyped that up. He's a
Yes. We
supervillain.
expect our supervillains to behave,
Yeah, exactly.
to
Huh.
have good moral sense.
I'm one of those people that always separates the actors from their lives. Like, I don't really, I try to, like, like, for example, a good example of this is Ezra Miller. Okay. I actually thought he was brilliant in The Flash. I thought he did a good job in the movie.
Yeah, you like that
But
movie.
he's a total mess in the real life. It's a total scumbag. Um, but I separate the two, so I'm willing to give the actor their acting a chance.
Yeah, so some people don't fail to understand the whole thing about acting, they
Hmm.
don't get it. There's those
Yeah,
people
yeah.
complaining about Robert Downey Jr. playing more than one role in the Marvel universe. Sorry,
Well,
he's an actor. That's what actors do. The
yeah,
Royal
yeah,
Shake
yeah,
when you had the people in Shakespearean companies back in the day, the actors used to play all the parts, you
yeah,
know.
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I think they have to let actors act.
Hang on a minute. My wife is now watering my comics. Hang on a second.
Okay, okay. Well, we can then wrap it up. This is
Yes,
the
we'll
last
wrap
one,
it up.
isn't it?
Just need to stop her.
She's is she really watering your
Yes,
comics?
she's watering the garden, but the window's open and it's coming into my comics. Right.
Oh no. Like, is your wife as clueless as mine? Like my
Yes.
wife, like no regard for comics. It's
No.
like
Exactly the same.
whatever.
Exactly the same. I think they're
Yeah.
probably being cloned off the same branch.
Oh well.
Right. Okay. That's sorry. I'm just watching to make sure she's not going to start pouring acid on them or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So that's it for this week. We'll be back next week. My wife will probably be doing something else horrible to my comics. Um, so
Stay tuned for that.
thank
Maybe
you a lot.
that's your clickbait right there. Just have your wife destroying your comics. That's your clickbait.
While I'm being videoed. Okay, that is it. See you again soon. Bye, Alan.
All right.